Hi everyone, and welcome to Burn Pilates. My name is Lydia, and today I'm going to be guiding you through a class that can be done from the mat, from a bench, from a Pilates box. This is a class, like always, that you can customize as you wish. We are going to be using equipment today, which is always optional. This includes a Pilates air-filled ball, a looped resistance band, along with one weight value. Mine is a 3-pound toning ball. If you've been a subscriber for a while here on Burn Pilates, you know that every class can be personalized for your own practice. So just note that while this class will be done from a bench, you can do all of the exact movements from the floor. The bench just provides a certain amount of lift from the floor that allows you more movement range, more possibility, and thus more challenge. If you'd like to include any other piece of equipment, whether it be ankle weights, wrist weights, you know what you have from home, make this your own. Without further ado, set up your space, keep some water close by, grab the equipment you plan to use, and let's get right into our flow together. Welcome. Grab your Pilates ball and set up with your ball right behind your mid-back, just a little bit maybe lower than the shoulder blades, hands right behind the nape of your neck, elbows out wide, feet are placed and pushed into the floor. Make sure you're not light on your feet. Legs are hip bone width and distance. As we inhale, we open up through our chest and thoracic spine, stretching ribs away from hips. And on the exhale, you nod on up, looking forward, keeping your upper chest in relation to your hips, moving to stretch out and away. And then as you exhale, your ribs are gliding towards your hips, which thus is coming from your abdominal wall, tightening up to take you forward, stretching out to take you back. As you open up your chest, make sure that your eyes are looking at the ceiling and that you're not starting to gaze all the way behind you. We don't want to go into full extension. We just want to lengthen. Inhale and exhale. Let's go for another set of 3. Just feeling where you're able to garner this connectivity through your breath. Deep inhale through the nose and exhale through your mouth. Take your right arm all the way out forward. Maintain the thoracic curl. Lengthen your spine like you are feeling a connection to the ceiling, like there's a string attached to your head. It's being pulled up. It's not being pulled forward. It's being pulled up. From here, your right arm is going to go all the way out into an extension, bicep next to temple, breathing out as you stretch forward. Inhale to reach and exhale to lengthen. Make sure that as you lengthen your arm out and back, you're not losing your bicep out of your peripheral. Should you choose to add on and progress this movement, we are going to add the left leg lifting from the floor with the movement of the right arm. Come to tabletop. Breathe into lower. Find your floor in full and exhale, lift. Peeling your foot back down through toe, ball, arch, heel, and then lifting by peeling your foot up and off the floor. Work really intentionally here, not to swing your leg up and not to throw it into space. Go for a last set of 2. Final 1, breathing in and exhale. Hold the top. Take your right hand right behind the nape of your neck. From here, take an inhale and exhale. Stretch and lengthen, breathing into bend and stretching out, making sure you're not going lower than your hip bone and that you are modifying your height should you need. Again, staying up off the floor with this bench is going to provide more challenge naturally because the higher you are from the ground, the more gravity works against you. Go for a last one here. Take a bend, lower all the way down. Left hand reaching high to the sky. Exhale to extend and inhale to lengthen, bicep next to temple. Move with control and make sure that your upper back isn't moving with your arm. Adding on the right leg is a choice. If you're taking the choice, make sure that you're peeling the foot up and off the floor without swinging the leg weight. We don't want to work with momentum. We don't want to cheat this. Inhale, reach, and exhale. For 4, For 3. Last set of 2. Go for your final one here. Keeping your leg lifted, left hand goes right behind the nape of your neck. We inhale to stay, maybe peel up just a little higher, and exhale, stretch, and inhale, bend. Woo, working right from your core, right from the hip stability you have, keeping your abdominal wall engaged. Lengthen your leg out, exhale for 3. Exhale for 2. Go for a last one. Stretch and reach. Take your leg through tabletop, lower your foot down, reach your arms forward. Hands can go behind your hamstrings and roll on up. You're gonna take your ball now. Bring it right between your inner thighs. Grab your weight and safely roll onto your back, taking your legs to tabletop, lowering your head all the way down. Weight is up towards the ceiling. You're squeezing your ball between your legs, and if you don't have a ball, you're squeezing your inner thighs together, making sure that you have your shoulders drop down to your mat, to your floor, to your bench. Take a deep breath in. Expand your lungs through left and right and back, and exhale, squeeze your ball, navel to spine. We're gonna from here start to open one arm at a time, keeping the toning ball in the hand that's opening up, keeping your free hand lifted to the ceiling to support. Deep breath in, move through center, and exhale to open. As your arm opens up to its side, squeeze your ball even more to help stabilize your lower body. We're gonna go for another set here of 4. For 3. 2. Last one. Take your weight into your right hand, nod your chin towards your sternum, lift all the way up. Left hand goes right behind the nape of the neck. Take a deep breath in, open your right arm up to T and exhale. Arm moves right back into the side of your waist. 3 more. Deep breath in, squeeze your ball, and exhale. For 2, stopping right on your shoulder alignment. Make sure your arm doesn't drop lower than where you can still see your bicep in your peripheral. Take your weight from behind your legs. Right hand goes right behind the nape of your neck. And from here, we inhale to open and exhale to close. Squeeze that ball in tight. Breathe in and exhale for 2. Go for a last one, lengthen out to your side, and exhale, squeeze in. Take your hands behind your hamstrings, lift on up, drop your weight to the floor. From here, stabilizing, what we're gonna do is take the ball out from the legs. You're going to bring your feet up onto your bench. Take a deep breath in, exhale, scoop your navel in tight, bend your elbows softly, and elevate your legs up into a tabletop. If you want more challenge, take your arms all the way up and off, shoulders are wide, and from here, you're gonna stay breathing in as you lower your arms down, and exhale, lift back up to shoulder height. If you're on the floor, you get to touch the floor, and if you're on the bench or box, your arms go lower than your hips, which is the challenge. Collarbones wide. Let's go for 3. Last 2, last 1, and lift on up. Release your legs, make your way onto all 4s, and from here, setting up without any added equipment. Arms are long, modify should you need with your forearms down. Send your left leg all the way out, pull it back, breathe in, and switch to the right, extending right away into a classic long parallel arabesque stretch. If you're ready to add on, you're gonna take opposite arm with you, reach and return. Modify if you need by staying stable. If your forearms are on the floor, you're keeping them there and you're just working from the legs and thighs. So every movement can be done from a base, and you can always add or subtract as you wish. It's always your choice in how you want to take off layers of the onion. Let's go for a last 4. 3, physically stretch and reach. Don't just finish where your arm is long. Physically feel like you're trying to touch the wall in front of you, you're gonna come all the way back. If you are on long arms, now lower down to your forearms. Support yourself, make sure your collarbones are wide, shoulders are away from ears, you're not rounding through your spine, and you're in a neutral pelvis. Extend left leg all the way out behind you. From here, you're gonna breathe in, lower your leg down, just clearing your bench, clearing your block, clearing whatever you're using to touch the floor without rounding the hips, stretching on out. So we're not lowering completely down in 6 o'clock. You are lowering down on a slight angle, especially if you're working from a bench. I said block, but what I meant was box. This is what happens, guys, when you're teaching and you're doing. Sometimes your brain gets a little confused. The deepest point you can go is where you touch the floor. So if you were working from the ground, the floor will be there pretty soon. And if you're working a little higher up off the ground like myself, you want to make sure that your spine is staying in neutral and that you're not rounding in order to get your foot to touch the floor. You're keeping your pelvis stable, working for full abdominal activation from both glute and abs. Let's go for another set here of 4. Stretch your neck out. For 3, last set of 2, finish your last one, hold up. From here, let's go down halfway and up. Keep your left leg on 6 o'clock. Stretch out all the way. Start to push your opposing shin more firmly down into your ground. Really give yourself the opposition here. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your leg all the way in, come back up to long arms, and from here again, just alternating a single leg stretch, reaching all the way out, adding on, if you wish, opposing arm, deep breath in, and exhale, stretch. Don't sacrifice your form just to go to coordination right away. Make sure you're fully extending your leg, 100%. Lock it out from your glute, from your abs. Exhale for 4, for 3, for 2, last 1. From here, lower your forearms down and right leg stretches all the way out right behind you. As you breathe in, you lower down, just clearing a side soft diagonal to find that floor without rounding your spine or pelvis. Breathe in and exhale through your mouth to stretch and lift, ensuring that the lift is coming equally from pressing down. You push your forearms down to keep your shoulders stable. You push that left shin down to keep your pelvis stable. And then you activate your abs to make sure that your right hip isn't dropping with gravity, pulling the weight of your leg down. This is all about finding that hip hinge work from the glute. If ever you're unsure, slow your movement down so that you can feel absolutely every part of your body work. It's so funny how moving fast can really be the quickest way out of challenge, and slowing it down, telling yourself, I am the tortoise, not the hare. Get yourself into this activation and hold at the top in 2. Last 1. You're going to lower your right leg down just halfway, keeping the alignment of 6 o'clock, making sure you're fully stretching your thigh up and out. Deep breath in and exhale. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last 1. Take your leg all the way down. From here, give yourself a soft stretch any way that feels best. We're gonna be getting right away into positioning, setting up for some bridge work. Grab your elastic band, place your band first around your thighs so that you have the support needed, and so you don't have to find it once you're down. And then sit your butt all the way up. If you're using your bench, you safely come down first. From here, you want to scoot your hips down just enough that you have shoulders supported, but butt comes off the bench. Now, this was maybe not the most efficient way to set up, but that's okay. We're here, we're good. We're gonna get into it. You wanna make sure that your feet aren't close to your butt. So if you feel that your knees are jutting forward, walk your feet out, even check yourself. Before you wreck yourself, check yourself. See that your heels are underneath your knees. Now, you wanna have your butt off of your bench. If you're doing this from the floor, it's gonna be a classic bridge positioning. Your arms will either be lifted, you could have them bent, you could also have your hands on your hips, you could have your arms all the way out to the side. What you are trying to eliminate though is that your chest and ribs start to flare open. So really connect with the feeling of your upper back pushing down. You're going to, from here, drop your tailbone weight and feel how you're lengthening your hips away from your ribs. This is in opposition of what we did with our ball behind our thoracic spine. You're now lengthening your hips away from your ribs, lifting up into your bridge, trying to get your glutes to take your hip bones right up onto the same alignment of your kneecaps in space, the same alignment as your chest in space. Exhale, so the hips drop down past the height of the knees, past the height of the chest. And when you lift, your buttock should feel that it's clenching and suction cupping its way on up, which thus is stretching and opening your hips. Should also feel like your butt is eating itself. I would always say in French, les fesses mangent les fesses. You're getting that anus to fully see sunlight on the lower, and then it can no longer see the light of day because that's how hard you're squeezing on that way up. Quick note for yourself, don't go deeper than where you feel. You can control the movement. We've all got different articulation in our spine, and you don't want to exaggerate it just to exaggerate it. That's not the goal. The goal is to get glute connection, not to get spinal extension. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. Exhale, lift. On your last one, make sure your shoulders are dropped down. Hold the lift at the top, stretch your neck and spine, and from here start to flare your band, opening it out without letting your ankles roll. Try to keep your big toes grounded on the floor. If you need your feet wider apart, that's one thing, but you don't want to be rolling your ankles out and in. You're stopping your knees in the alignment of your hip bones and ankles, represented by the tension that you have in your band, making sure nothing is slack. Press out and release. Keep your hips up. Out, release. Let's go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. From here, you're gonna drop your hips. Not on up, see yourself, and then to get out of this, you can army crawl your way back, use your bench, your box, sit on up, take your band all the way off your legs. From here, setting up, we're gonna make our way back onto all fours. You're gonna grab your weight. We're gonna be going right away into some arm work. Again, what the bench provides is a little bit more gravity, a little bit more pull. If you need to support yourself more, take your right foot down so that you can help stabilize your spine in this neutral. Otherwise, we're staying on all fours. You've got your weight in your right hand, taking your arm all the way back, lengthening out long. Find that tricep extension, collarbones are wide, and from here, we're gonna lower and we are going to lift. Deep breath into lower and exhale to lift. Now, if you're on the bench and you're feeling that there's pressure in your left wrist, you can come down onto your forearm or modify and just go to the floor. Make this movement from the floor instead of from the bench. Deep breath in. The temptation is to make sure your arm does not swing. We never want it to go down and up like a cloche, like a clock. We want to keep it in control, so you're always stopping your right arm underneath your shoulder, and then you're lifting up from that point of alignment. Let's go for 4 and exhale. For 3, last 2, last 1, lift on up, lower down and stabilize. You're now going to lower. If you're already on your forearm, great. You're going to for sure lower down on your forearm. It can either be parallel facing forward, or sometimes I like to bring my arm and forearm perpendicular and parallel across my collarbones to help a little bit more support. Now, if this is your positioning, your left hand will also be your stopper for your right arm, so as to make sure that you're not using momentum. If you're twisted, check that your shoulders are square to your bench. Knees are stacked under the hips. Tailbone is out in neutral. You're pushing your shins down, breathing in, and exhale, lifting up again. Getting that arm to lift from the tricep and also your obliques. You should feel right away that you're working your obliques just by keeping your shoulders square to your floor. Exhale and deep breath in. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Grip your weight strong, making sure that your wrist doesn't start to fluctuate. You want to keep it long, keep it stretched, not let it break or bend. Go for a last set of 3, for 2, last one from here. Hold your arm right at the top and circle one direction for 8, 7, make your circles small, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, squeeze your weight, hold still at the top, keep your arm close to your waist, and then reverse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stabilize, come on up. And from here, grab right away your Pilates ball, place it, grab your Pilates ball and right away place it behind your sacrum. We're gonna get right away into a C-spine curvature, feet static on the floor, still holding the weight with your right hand. Left arm is out, shoulders are right away. Drop down away from the ears, look from left to right to give yourself a little bit of liberty through the neck. If you can't look left and right, your neck has too much tension, so you do wanna liberate that. Take a full breath in, and on your exhale, lower your right arm all the way down. Once it passes your sideline, you lift and reach all the way up and out. Inhale and exhale, close straight and center. We breathe in to start the movement down. Your arm drops, your eyes follow. You lengthen up and out of the shoulder. Breathe in to stay, and exhale to close. 4 count breath. Breathe in. Don't rush this. Hold. Exhale, close. Let's go for 3 more. Feet staying present into the floor. Make sure you're not skiing your legs back and forth. If you're squeezing your inner thighs together, that's great, but if you've got space between the legs, keep that space. You always want to hold support through your pelvis. From here, we're going to go right away, 2 hands holding that toning ball. Inhale to lower and exhale to lift. Lowering down, touch your quads. And when you lift on up, make sure you're not popping your chest. We don't want to flare the ribs, even if it's a tiny micromillimeter. Exhale. Go for a last set of 3. Keep hollowing out your core for 2. And exhale, lift. Go for your last one. Breathe in to lower. And exhale to lift. Hold your arms up high. Scoop your abs in deeper. Maybe you shake and tremble just a bit. Ooh, I know I am. Stay for 4. Breathe in for 3, 2, and come all the way on up. Switching sides right away, we're going to set up on our all fours, going into our left arm tricep extension work. You've got your knees stacked underneath your hips, starting with long arms. Take a full breath in and exhale, lengthen. Shoulders square. Make sure you're not dropping your hip and that you are lengthening your neck forward. Exhale to reach. Inhale to lower. Whenever you're doing your second side, do a self-check. Are my shoulders square or am I twisting? Am I lifting my arm and lowering with the same control, making sure not to swing past the shoulder alignment? Are my shins pushing down, helping keep my abdominal stability? And am I using my ground? Even if it's the bench, that's your ground today. Am I using my ground to support my body? Deep breath in. Go for another set here of 2. Last 1. Stabilize, lower down to your forearm. Choose the position you wish to use today. Breathe in and exhale, we lift. Sit bones stretching out and away, and pelvis is nice and open here. Tailbone is lengthening. Make sure your knees are stacked underneath your hip bones, that they're not too underneath your pelvis. Exhale. Using your obliques, using your tricep, using your shoulder, using your back. Go for another set here of 3. Picking your head right away, the circle direction you're going to start with. Make sure you're not twisting your shoulders. You're square to your ground. And from here we circle 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, opposite direction for 8, 6, 5, 4, 3. Make sure your wrist isn't breaking. Finish strong control and lower down. You're gonna grab again your Pilates ball. You can always make this a little more challenging and not use your Pilates ball. I happen to like it because it helps keep my pelvis in the correct positioning. So you do you. Shoulders roll back and down, feet are static in the floor. If your knees are squeezed together, your ankles and shins and calves are touching. If you have a little bit of a separation, make sure you keep that here. Take a full breath in and exhale. As we start to lower that left arm down, right arm stays. You lift up, you hold, breathe in, and exhale, close. Inhale to start. When you pass your profile, open your chest, keep that right arm over top of your right thigh, and close. Collarbones wide. Check that this right arm hasn't moved over here. It's staying exactly where it is. Breathe in. Lengthen your neck and exhale. So much to think about. And that's why I slow down my movements sometimes, even for myself, because I can feel when my body wants to cheat. Three more. Don't rush this. Breathe in, lengthen, and then exhale. Close for 2. Last 1. Inhale to lower. Breathe in to stay. Toning ball between both hands from here. Lower down and exhale, lift. Eyes staying forward, gazing like you're looking into the distance. Collarbones wide. Make sure you're not losing the length or the freedom of your neck as you lift, and ensure that your ribs aren't popping forward. What would that look like if you lifted your arms up too high and your ribs shifted you forward? Don't let that happen. Lift your arms less high to modify, but check that your form is always the focus. Ooh, maybe we get into the shakes. We're gonna go for a last set here of 3. Deep breath in and exhale for 2. Deep breath into lower. Go for 1 more here. Lift on up, find that stretch, find that length, hold at the top, and maybe we shake. For 4, breathe in and out for 3. For 2, lengthen your arms up to the ceiling, stretch your spine, and from here, release and let go. Weight down to the floor. Take your Pilates ball all the way out and re-grab your elastic band. Oh, this is the only thing about this class, finding the elastic, finding your equipment. Now from here, what we're gonna do in setting up, you can either be seated with your legs at a 90-degree bend. Just make sure your feet aren't underneath your hamstrings, that they are underneath your kneecaps. If you're sitting on the floor, you could be cross-legged. You could also have your legs all the way out from the floor or sitting up here on the bench. Whatever helps you find A, stability, B, your core, and C, your spinal length. That's what I would encourage you to work in. You're gonna hold your elastic band from the outside, stretching your arms all the way up so that you have right away full linear length. From here, stretch out through your ribs. Feel the space that you're creating from ribs to hips. And then, this is gonna sound kind of funny, I want you to suction cup your butthole by squeezing your glutes in. So notice this, I'm gonna show you, it's very subtle on camera. I release my butt, my spine is a little less long, my abs are definitely less engaged. Squeezing the glutes, just like that, you'll see, lengthens me up and right away I have more core activation. Try to keep that core activation, hold that connectivity, take an inhale and lower your arms all the way to shoulder height, pull your band a little bit more apart, try to keep the tension and exhale, lift. Deep breath in, training that inhale to come through your back and not your chest. Exhale to lengthen. What do I mean by that? Well, imagine that you have somebody's hands right around your back ribs. You want to breathe into those hands. You don't want to inhale where your chest is just going out and in. You're trying to find back connectivity from your breath. Inhale, pulling your band just a little more apart will give you more challenge. So play around from here. As you lower your arms, that's where you can initiate a bit more from that squeeze and pinch of the glutes. Adding opposition, so we sit tall, stomach wall tight. Exhale, go for one more. Breathe in. And exhale, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen from here. Take your arms all the way down. If you need to change your sitting position, seated position, change up as you need. Take an inhale and exhale. We pull right away into our archer bow. One arm stays long as the opposite arm pulls. The chest follows and we twist. Check that your knees are in a 90 degree. If you're in this position here, again, that your feet are under your knees, walk your feet out a little further. You can have a little bit more distance in front of you, but you don't want less. Exhale, twisting from back, twisting with that initiation of pulling the tension. But as you stretch out forward, make sure you're not going fast. Keep the control across your shoulders and back. Pull the band out a little bit more. Let's go for another set here of 4, 2 each side. Breathing in to stretch and exhale. For 3. Last 2. Finish your last one. Stretch all the way out. And release your shoulders. If it feels nice to use the band to stretch, take your band from behind, draw your shoulders all the way up and back, and just giving a light little pull across the tension, you will feel the stretch hit you across the pecs and also right up into your upper back. I will always encourage you to say yes and no and look around your space to relieve your neck. So do so leisurely at your own time. And when you're ready, letting go of your elastic. This is the opportunity now that I get to say thank you so much for joining me for this class today. I look forward to hearing from you if you enjoyed this class working from the bench and if you have a bench or a Pilates box from home. If you have any questions that are specific to you or you have any feedback that you'd like to share with me, please use the comment section below. That is what it's there for. If this is your first time here on Burn Pilates, I welcome you to click subscribe, like this video, and join me weekly for classes that you can curate into a personalized Pilates practice just for you. If it's on the mat, if it's on the bench, if it happens to be standing, bar-inspired, reformer-inspired mat work, and everything in between, you will find the kind of Pilates that teaches you more about your body and also how to get the most from props from home. If you are looking for ad-free classes, be sure to check out the link in the description box below. You will find not only an assortment of classes that are not here on YouTube, but all are advertisement-free, allowing you to get a progressive Pilates practice with heaps of focus. If you have a reformer from home, you will also discover a reformer library that is growing weekly. naturally. Guys, there's so many different options to train with me. I just thank you for joining me and for being so encouraging, so enthusiastic, and bringing your energy to these classes. Your support means the world and helps me grow as an instructor. Thank you so much again for said support. I look forward to seeing you at the next class and wish you an awesome morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I will see you at the next burn.